So what's happening? Like even photo evidence cannot be used to back a claim. Like
Exactly.
it's not
It,
what
it,
it
it it
is.
has to be run through a fact checking machine or whatever it's called.
So now, like you have the picture. They say a picture says 1,000 words, but now it's saying
It's
millions of
saying
words.
somebody's own words and creation. But that is where misinformation and disinformation come in. And
What's the
the
difference?
difference is clear. Disinformation, it is a deliberate attempt to spread false information to achieve usually a certain target. But misinformation is done without an intent to harm somebody. For instance, saying that Michael Parr is a real person. Is
It
he?
wasn't.
He wasn't.
So Michael Powell was a character. Was
Mm,
a character, yeah. But
absolutely.
yeah, well, well, traditional and social media may sometimes misinform, but when there is disinformation, there is a deliberate agenda being
Hmm.
set.
Hmm. And today on the program, we are looking at how to detect misinformation and disinformation.
As a journalist, I have sources. I have people who tell me what's going on here and there. And today, for our discussion on this blog, we want to
Hmm.
talk about one of my sources, who I'm going to call Bruno. Bruno sends me a picture of something. You know, the
He always
recent
does.
Bruno always does actually, but the recent End Galamsey Now
Mm-hmm.
protests, yes,
Mm-hmm.
it was one of the protests which did not really, the second one, the
Right.
one that was done from
From
Okonglo to the
mm,
Independence Day for Independence Square for 3 days. It was generally peaceful. Were there any arrests?
not that I recall.
Yeah. Not that I recall, honestly. So Bruno sent me a photo of people standing there with ties being bent up, and it was a chaotic scene, and tells me this is from the protest.
Hmm.
But I haven't heard anything of that sort.
So how do we authenticate such a photo?
Reverse image search.
Tell us about
So
that.
that's where we're going to zoom straight into. So let's grab our computers, our mobile phones, and go through some small exercise live. You can type google.com.images, then the page appears. Then you use the camera icon by the Google search bar to upload the images you want to authenticate. This time we are using the image Bruno sent and claimed that was from the recent End Galamsey protest, the Free the Citizen protest. So from here you realize that Bruno actually lied. But
Hmm.
yes, we will get into details about that. Websites pop up telling you that this didn't even happen in Ghana. The picture cannot be credited to Ghana. It's other parts of Africa.
Hmm.
And yeah, from there, you know that Bruno,
Lied,
he
either through
lied.
misinformation or
Yeah,
disinformation.
so we don't know
Yeah.
whether he even knows he lied. Yeah. But then he sent me a message that this is an image he got from the protest.
I want to call that disinformation. He may have
Disinformation.
an agenda for sending such a photo because you
Yes.
remember the first one that was a bit chaotic. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
first protest was a bit chaotic, and
Yeah.
so he wants to probably reaffirm the fact that the Ghana Police Service is not security conscious as they claim to be. He wants to reemphasize the fact that the police is against the citizenry.
Imagine something like this popping up during election.
Hmm.
Like you get an
That'd be
image like this
chaotic.
telling you that this is happening somewhere, that's happening somewhere. It will cause quite a scare.
Honestly,
So
people may decide not to even want to come out to
and
vote.
vote. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the point.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have a simple tool like Google Images to run a reverse image search. Well, you have yandex.com/images too, which can also do the same job for you.
Right.
Yeah, and also TinEye. Beyond identifying a subject in an image and verifying some details of the image, TinEye would give you extra information. So would love
So, I
for
mean,
you
which
to,
of these would be ideal? Because I'm just seeing here that 10i gives extra information. So, which is ideal? Or all three work perfectly?
yeah, all three work perfectly, but
Okay.
I would rather use them to complement each other.
All right.
I'd rather use them to complement each other than just straight away stick to one.
Okay.
So yeah, I love the fact that we have multiple of these. There are others,
Okay.
but I usually go with Yandex, Google, TinEye,
Right.
and yeah, we run
I mean, you
through
can
them.
also try it if you haven't started. I mean, that is the purpose for this program, isn't it?
Definitely. Well, that's fact checking 101 checked.
Right. Echo has educated all of us today, and thank you very much for sticking with. And as generous as we are, we leave you with a tip for the day. And today's tip is images are very critical in evidence. However, you must be careful before sharing them, and seeing might just not be believing, as has been the case in past times. Echo.
Seeing is no more believing because with the way it's presented and with people you think you may trust, you might just fall for it.
Honestly,
but seeing may not just
you
be
can't tell the
believing.
intentions of people these days.
Absolutely.
Especially because the are approaching as well.
Yes, and as I said in the previous episode, it includes tricking you. Like
Yeah.
everybody is looking for power.
Absolutely. To get away,
Yeah.
vote out of you.
Yeah, to get votes out of you, they'll do anything. So seeing might just not be believing.
Right. But that's it. Thank you very much for your time again. This has been what?
The Factory.
Right.
Connect with us on our social media handles. My name is Echo at EchoXI.
And I am Tutua Danso at Tutua Danso.
Don't forget, this show is brought to you by Witness and powered by EIB Network.